What is it about the insurance industry, Daniel, that attracts so many attorneys who are no longer practicing? There seem to be so many different roles.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of roles, and almost a role for anybody that came from almost any background in private practice. I mean, fundamentally, in the insurance business, regardless of what product line you are in, is a business about assessing and pricing risk and structuring around risk. And whether you're a transactional attorney or a litigation attorney, I think a lot of the same muscles that you are flexing when you are advising clients, when you are managing litigation, are the muscles that you flex when you are conducting risk assessment exercises in the insurance industry. The insurance industry, if you're a litigation attorney, offers sort of clear paths to working in it, in claims roles. That is, people who represent insurance companies when claims are made against policies, either in defending the action or in disputes related to whether and to what extent something is insured. In the context of underwriting, that is to say, the process of assessing risk and determining if you'll offer insurance and on what terms, can cover a lot of specialty product lines that could line up, I think, really well with virtually any practice group you had, either as a corporate attorney or a litigator. In my group alone, the reps and warranties insurance practice that we have, is staffed almost entirely by former, transactional attorneys, people who are working on M&A deals. Our tax department is headed by somebody who had background in private practice and doing tax advice and dispute work. I myself was a litigator for many years before I joined the insurance industry. And there's a role for me too. So whether it's on the claim side or the underwriting side, I just think there's a lot of different positions that, go to a lot of the same core competencies, both in terms of subject matter, but the ways you learn in private practice to exercise judgment, to make practical, commercial decisions based on risk assessment to your clients. There's also an entirely separate space in broking insurance transactions. And, obviously, I don't think law firms do a good enough job sometimes of, preparing, young associates to really go out and do business generation, to sort of empower them to, sort of make the rein that tends to let one, stay long-term in a partnership role. But I also think a lot of the same skills you develop as an attorney advisor in transactional and litigation practice also lend themselves to the same kind of risk assessment, and also the sort of marketing component of helping people who are trying to find the right insurance market to place a risk that they'd like to insure, and serving as sort of the insured's intermediary in that transaction as well. So whether it's the brokerage side selling to insurers, potential insurance submissions, or on the insurer side where you're making decisions about whether to place claims, how to manage claims, how to handle disputes that arise around claims, I just think there's a variety of ways where the core competencies you generate as an attorney have nice synergies to the kind of work you have to do when you're working in the insurance sector generally.